Hey everyone, welcome back to Homestead Corner. Today I have got a $50 budget prepper pantry haul from the Dollar Tree. I was able to get into the Dollar Tree and see what I could find. And I was surprised to see quite a few things that I haven't seen in a while, which was nice, and a couple of new things. So let's jump into it and see what I got. So this week I did a $50 budget. I just want to make sure that our pantry is topped off as much as possible. And I am pushing it with squeezing things in because we just want to make sure that we have what we need. So the first thing I got is some liquid hand soap refill. They have these 32 ounce and I love these. They smell pretty good. They have a lavender and the coconut. I haven't seen these in a while, but our Dollar Tree had more in stock. So I grabbed one more to add to the stash because they are great to keep your hand soaps refilled. And the next thing I grabbed, I've got some rope here, and it's just like the little paracord. We love having all kinds of rope because you never know when you're going to need it to hold things together, bundle things up, tie things down. You never know. With a tarp and some rope, you can tie it to a tree or a fence, collect water into a bucket with it, all kinds of stuff. So we love to keep plenty of rope on hand all the time, because you just don't know. And then I also grabbed some 2-pack of the black electrical tape. This stuff is great. It's got a little bit of stretch to it, which is nice, and it works really good. So I thought this was another good one to have on hand. I want to make sure I just have plenty. And then also, while I was there, I grabbed these little 5-pack of super glues. I love these throwaway ones because they're little individual use ones. Because when you buy that big bottle, it just gets all junked up and it's no good and dries out and it's such a mess. But these are wonderful and they're really tiny. You can toss them in all your bags in all kinds of places, and they're super small, so you have got at least 1 or 2 little uses of glue in there. So those work really good, those super glues. And then we also got, they had more of the Duraflame fire starters. You can break these down and use them more than one time. You want to have plenty of fire starters. I think fire starting is one of the most important things. You want to be able to do it on a regular basis. You want to be able to light those fires. You need it for heat. You need it for cooking, for so many different things. Even if you just got to heat up water so you can wash, it's good to have. Let's see, what else is in here? There's all kinds of stuff. $50 still gets you quite a lot at the Dollar Tree. They had more of these sharpening stones in. These are great. It's just a little whetstone. Whetstones are usually really, really expensive. And this is probably not the highest quality whetstone, but it does the trick and you can sharpen your knives with these and they work pretty good. So you just want to be really careful because if you drop this, they break in half and crack and then they're not, it's really hard to sharpen a knife on just a little teeny piece. So you want the full length of it. And I find the sharpening stone right in the automotive section with the tape and the rope and all that stuff. It's right in there. And then we also got, I found another one of the wound care kits. I love these because there's a whole bunch of stuff in here for $1.25. I think this is such an amazing deal. There are 2 rolls of the gauze in here, 2 little rolls. And you also get some tape, so you can tape your gauze on. And also there's a bunch of gauze pads in here. There's 3 of the 2x2, and then there's 4 of those. And then 4 of these, what size are these? 2x3s. These are the non-stick gauze pads. And then there's a couple, 3 or 4 of the non-stick two-sided 3x4s. So those are nice. And then there's 4 of the 4x4s, or 3. or 4. There is 4. Get myself confused, but there's quite a bit in there for $1.25. I think these are excellent to help keep your first aid supplies stocked up. If you have to depend completely on yourself, you're going to want to make sure you have plenty of supplies, because you never know. Something can happen overnight. We may not be able to get to a hospital, get to a doctor, get any kind of help. You want to make sure you can take care of as much as possible at home. So we try to make sure we have lots of first aid stuff. And then I also grabbed the gentle tape. This is a little bit stretchy, so that's also great to have for your first aid kits, and some nasal relief spray. It is allergy season is coming, and it may not be something that bothers you all the time, but it can, you know, your body changes over the years, and you may want to have stuff like this on hand for yourself, or maybe someone close by to you if you don't normally have issues. But you never know. They can come upon you at any time. And I also grabbed an eyeglass repair kit. I have had those little screws come out of my glasses, and then I can't read anything, and you want to make sure you can fix your eyeglasses. And I get a bunch of those reading glasses from there as well. They're only $1, and they work just as good as any other reading glasses from anywhere else, or they're $1.25. I still forget about that. I don't like it, so I hope it's not $1.25. The next thing I got is just an extra padlock. You want to make sure that you can secure your things. Times are getting crazier and crazier all the time. So you just want to make sure that you are able to lock up the things that you want, whether it's a shed or anything like that. And having extras is really important because things break. You know, you never know. You could lose a key. Anything can happen. So having some extra of those things, I think, are really important as well. And then we grabbed, let's see, I picked up 4 more packages of seeds. I got some peas, some green beans, some extra basil, and cucumbers. So I don't think you can have too many seeds. And these seeds work great. We have been planting these seeds for years. We use all different kinds of seeds, all different brands, and the Dollar Tree seeds work just as good. And honestly, the only difference I can see in the Dollar Tree seeds that are 25 cents a pack is that there's not quite as many seeds in there as the $2.50 pack. But if you buy 2, you still have more seeds. So it really makes sense. They work really well. We've done great with Dollar Tree seeds. Let's see. And then I picked up 3 more toothbrushes. You want to make sure you have all of that oral care stuff. If you can't get to a dentist, you are going to want to make sure you are keeping your teeth super, super clean. And then liquid skin. This is great. You can use super glue as well, but this liquid skin, I don't know. I feel a little bit safer that it's actually made for medical purposes, but you know, super glue would work if you don't have that. And then I also picked up one of the 60-second digital thermometers. The battery will die on this. It's not going to last forever, but finding a mercury thermometer is definitely not an easy task. And when you do, they are quite expensive. So we have some of the mercury thermometers, but these are great also to have on hand as long as that battery works. And we have some extra batteries. You can change them. You just have to make sure you have that size. And then I have one other bag. This is a big bag. I grabbed a couple of tapered candles. I always like to make sure we have plenty of candles. These are great. So if you have a big tub of Crisco or lard, you can stick a candle right in it, make a giant candle. So I like these candles a lot better because it's got a thicker wick on it. And if you use like a birthday candle, the wick inside is too thin and it's not going to make a good melt pool for your candle. You want something with a thicker wick. So I go with these bigger taper candles and just cut the bottom off to whatever size it needs to be. And they work out great for that. And then I picked up an 8-pack of these little tissues. These are wonderful to keep in your emergency bags. things like that when you don't want a whole giant box in there. But these are nice and small. There's 8 packs in here. Great to have just so, you know, if you have to use the toilet or something like that, you can. You can blow your nose, you can wipe your hands, whatever. We love having all of that easy stuff. So we keep these in the glove compartment, in the go bags, in emergency bags, all over the place. So. And the next thing is black pepper. We want to make sure we have plenty of spices. And they had a little bit more of the Kinder seafood, the seafood blend. This is super good. I was really happy to find it. The Kinder stuff is really expensive at other stores. So $1.25 was definitely made me smile for that. And then some extra cotton rounds, great for fire starter, for cleaning your skin, for all kinds of stuff. Cotton rounds work out really well, and they don't leave quite as many fibers. It doesn't pull apart quite like a cotton ball. It's a little more compact together. So I do like that. And then party forks, for if the water is down or the grid is down and we don't have water, or we're conserving water, anything like that, we want to have those disposable things on hand. So I grabbed an extra package of forks, a package of paper bowls. I think there is 10 in there. They're not really huge packages, but they will do the trick. And some paper plates. You get 40 of they're just the thin, cheap ones. You can get the waxed ones like the bowls, but these work just fine for sandwiches and snacks and things like that. It's going to work out just fine. And I also grabbed some foam cups. Again, if the grid is down, we want to conserve on that water. So instead of dirtying a bunch of coffee cups, I can have my coffee, because I will not live without my coffee. I can't live without it. I must have it. And then I also grabbed another scoop. I've been picking these up for buckets. If I'm having to get into a bunch of buckets, I figured it would be more handy to just have a scoop in each bucket, where I don't have to figure out where I left it, what I did with it. There's just one in the bucket. So I keep picking these up, you know, until I have enough for how many buckets I think I might use at a time. So I might need one for oats. I might need one for rice, for beans, you know, things like that, sugar. So having one for each kind of stuff is really handy. And for $1.25, these are great little scoops. Sometimes, you know, digging in with the container is going to be more difficult, and picking up that 5-gallon bucket and pouring stuff out is not easy either. They're heavy when they're full. And then I also picked up one of the long lighters. These are super handy for jarred candles, the fireplace, wood stove, starting the barbecue, anything like that. And these are, if you check on them, not all of them, but you can see right above my finger, it's refillable. So you can get the butane and just fill them right back up. And they're only about half full when you buy them, but if you have the butane can, you can keep refilling it, which is nice. And no Dollar Tree video is complete without matches, because I think you can't have too many matches. Definitely. I love to start fires, so I go through a lot of matches, but I really don't think you can have too many. If the grid is down for a long time, you're gonna depend on making fires and lighting candles and lanterns and all this stuff. So having a lot, I think, is really important. And then let's see. We did get a little bit of food here. I didn't get a ton of food this time. I was trying to fill in some other places, but I did grab a couple more cans of the albacore tuna. $1.25 is a really good price for this. I've been seeing it almost $2 a can for this same exact one at other stores. So that is a good deal. And then I grabbed a jar of the tender green asparagus. These are really good. We picked some of these up a while ago. I haven't got them in quite a long time. I haven't seen them. but they're really good to toss into casseroles, soups, all kinds of stuff. And really, it just has to be heated up. It's already cooked in the jar. So quick, easy, and adds more nutrients and flavor to your meals. And then, of course, I had to grab some Frank's hot sauce. Definitely want some good flavor on our food. And I love their bottles of A1, only 5 ounces for $1.25. I'm seeing them they're way over $3, almost $4 for 8-ounce bottles. So this $1.25 is super cheap if you like A1. And I put it in my pot roast when I make a pot roast. So part of my seasoning. And they had more of the Kinder barbecue sauce, so I was happy to grab that. I could only find one, so I only got one. But it's just the mild barbecue sauce. This is super duper good. I was surprised the first time I found it, and then we tried it, and I love it. So when I see it, it's coming home with me for sure. And then I also grabbed a 2-pound bag of rice. This is probably the best deal if you're buying in the dollar range. If you can get 20-pound bags of rice, that is probably your cheapest per pound, buying it by the 20-pound bags. But this is also a great deal, especially for people that are single or only 2 people in the house. I know one of the commenters mentioned the other day, buying a 5 or 10-pound bag of rice doesn't work for her. The smaller bags do, because she opens it and you just can't eat it fast enough. So I mean, I am a family of 6 in our household, so 20-pound bags work for us. But for someone that's just 1 or 2 people, buying smaller bags can save you money in the long run, because you're not having to throw stuff out. So this is a good deal if you are looking for small bags of rice. And then, of course, I had to grab some beans. We got a package of kidney beans. We love those. And some lentils, because lentils give you that protein just like your bean. It's just about the same as most beans. So, and they cook up so much faster. And then also got black beans. And let's see, and they also had some Great Northern beans. So the Great Northern beans are wonderful. Either Navy or Great Northern are wonderful for soups. They're wonderful for like baked beans, anything like that. So we like to get those. And then last but not least, we got a couple packs of the yellow rice. I got a yellow rice, and then they had this one, and I've only found these one other time before, and it's the roasted chicken rice. This stuff is really, really good for chicken and rice. Just throw this in your pan, throw your chicken stock in there, throw some chicken in, and bake it. It's delicious. A little bit of seasoning. This stuff is really good. So I was happy to see this roasted chicken rice flavor. And we love these yellow rice also. They're really easy to cook with, makes a great side dish. Or if you add meat and veggies to this, it makes a delicious casserole. That's what we do with them a lot. And that is it for my $50 budget Prepper Pantry haul. I tried to fill in all those little spots that were a little bit low, or I could fit one more or something like that. I just want to make sure that our pantry is as full as possible. With the price increases, shortages, things are still missing off the shelves all the time. Don't see this getting better anytime soon, and we really need to be prepared in case things go south all of a sudden, because it can happen, and it will happen fast when it does. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!